Hello, we are live for the first time in a long time, actually, the first time in forever since we've
Is
done
it?
a live. It is.
Yes,
It's
like
been a while
month.
since we've done a live on this Magical Adventures channel. So, hello, how are you? Happy Saturday. Thank you for coming to hang out with us. Let us know if you're joining us live or on replay. Just let us know in the comments. If you are new or it's your first time here, my name's Rhiannon Morgan. Everyone calls me Ree. This is my second out of four babies, although you are significantly taller than me now.
Yeah.
It's my William, my Wikipedia, who knows everything about Disney theme parks, bit of an expert. So you've come along to join me today to share some exciting news.
Yeah.
Share some exciting news. So, as you will have seen from the title and the thumbnail, I guess, of this live, we've got a bit of a trip announcement for you guys, and I know a few of you want to know where we're going. So the options. Let's just start with the options. So we considered for our next Disney trip, obviously Walt Disney World. Now we did do Walt Disney World last year. We'd love to go back, but for me, I would probably avoid the summer months where it's super, super hot because you don't love it
Yeah.
when it's that hot, do you?
As much as I want to see Epic Universe, I don't think.
But you'd rather choose the months where it's not absolutely the hottest,
Yeah.
melting, melting like that. We really want to do California. Really, really, really. I really want to do California. I want to go see the Magic Happens parade, and I want to see where all the magic began. But that's not this trip, okay? That's not this trip. We are keen to go back to Disneyland Paris. I really want to see the newly refurbished hotel. But
Yeah.
there's a lot coming in Disneyland Paris, isn't there? Namely, just what have we got
Yeah.
coming in Disneyland Paris?
We got Frozen. There's gonna be like an up airplane type thing. There's gonna be a Tangled teacup ride.
And it's all
Lion
coming,
King.
but not yet, not this year. So we're not going to do Disneyland Paris for this trip, which leaves the Disney Cruise Line. And obviously, there's loads of different ships that we want to do. Um, but should we just go for we have actually booked the Disney Fantasy. And I actually booked this. I booked this quite a long time ago. I booked the Disney Fantasy when the sailings were announced because the main reason I booked it, and the thing I love about Disney Cruise Line is the cancellation policy, which I know this sounds like a really random thing, but we we booked it a long time ago, but we're only talking about it now because we only decided at the 90-day mark that we were actually going to do it. So let me explain why this kind of went a bit like it did. So going back to before the Disney Dream, I had a cruise booked on the Disney Dream, and then we booked Walt Disney World. So I cancelled the cruise on the Disney Dream because the cancellation policy is excellent. If you haven't booked flights or anything, so we're just sailing from the UK, you don't have to commit to anything because you can actually have your deposit back. So I cancelled the Disney Dream cruise, and then we put the money towards Walt Disney World. But then what happened when we got back from Walt Disney World?
Wait, hang on. What is it? What did
We
happen?
were sad.
Oh yeah.
It was
Yeah.
so sad because we had no Disney booked. We were so sad. We had a little trip announcement counter. And we had to put it away, and
Mm,
everyone's like, "I don't know how many days till Disney, but there is no countdown."
yeah.
So what I ended up doing was rebooking the Dream. So what I realized I should have done is just left the deposit with the Disney Dream for last year because we ended up rebooking anyway. We probably didn't get as good a deal. We should just leave a deposit on a cruise if we're not having to commit to flights or anything, and then make a decision at the 90-day mark. Now, this is especially relevant for us because myself and my husband are self-employed, so you just sort of never know where things are going to be, do you? Whether, what situation's going to be with finances and things with work and what the commitments are going to be. So it feels really good to have that flexibility. So we made the decision just before the 90-day mark. We actually had a big chat, didn't we, as a family, and like, what we're going to do,
Yeah.
and we settled on the fantasy. So we're so excited. Well, do you want to tell us a little bit about the cruise that we're going to be going on while I just have a slip of my drink?
It's basically the sister ship to the Dream. It's like it was made 1 year after, so 2012. Same year
Yeah,
me.
same year as you. Gosh, it's this old.
So,
So we're going to go into the ship a little bit more first. But do you want to tell us a little bit first about the actual cruise that we've booked? Where we're going? How long
right,
we're going for?
we're doing a 5 night cruise to Spain.
Yes. We did a 5-night cruise to Spain last year on the Dream, but it is a different 5-night cruise. Obviously, it's a different ship, but we're also doing different ports. Yeah, so 5-night cruise to Spain from Southampton, which I know some people complained that the British cruises are more expensive than if you were to say like cruise for cruise than if you were to sail out of Port Canaveral.
Yeah.
But ultimately, the flights for us to get to Florida, there's just the 5 of us coming this time. Dylan's not coming. It's just such a lot of money to get to Florida. So it's so easy. That like one of my favorite things about these UK cruises is just how easy it is. You just drive there. We go the night before. We'll stay in a local hotel, and then you just get on the ship, and then you get off the ship, and you're home by tea time. So it's quite chill from that point of view. And we're not especially close to Southampton, but we're so much closer to Southampton than Heathrow and Orlando. So anyway, so that's the cruise that we are doing. Let me know, is anyone else going on the Fantasy? Is anyone else I think there are 2 5-night Spain cruises. Are there 2?
Maybe, yeah.
There are 2. We're on.
Because there was only one last year.
Right. They were clearly popular. Yeah. So anyone else sailing on the Fantasy? I mean, you guys have probably guessed. If you're inside of my Magical Adventures Club, which is my membership, previously known as just my Patreon, it's still hosted on Patreon, but it's my Magical Adventures Club. You will have seen me talk about like I leaked this a little while ago that we were thinking of doing it, and I explained that we hadn't fully committed. But yeah, so is anyone else going? You may have guessed just because I've been doing a lot of cruise content. There are so many videos. If you are going on the cruise, I've done so many different videos explaining little different, all the tips and things. Lots more to come. But if you have got any specific questions about the cruises, specifically the UK sailings, please do let us know down in the comments, and then we will get to some of them. So we'll have a look at some of the comments, and then well, we're going to go over to you to talk about some differences between the Dream and the Fantasy, because if you've either been on the Dream or you've seen my vlogs from the Dream, you'll be quite familiar with the Dream. The Fantasy, as Will said, is a sister ship.
So they're very similar layout, and similar capacity as well.
Yeah, but we're going to go through the exact differences. So Michelle says hi, Beth says hi, excited to find out what's next. Heine, lots of hearts. Stevenson Greach family, hello. Yeah, Michelle says avoid Walt Disney World in the summer. Yeah, I think some people are cut out for heat. You lot have a funny relationship with temperature, don't you? Like overheat quite easily anyway.
I think I'd rather be colder than warmer, to be fair.
Yeah, so I don't know. It's just, I think us Brits generally, we're not very good with very cold or very hot, are we? But we love Florida, but given a choice, I would choose the slightly cooler months. Emma says, well, 8-night Norway followed by the 4-night Spain. Wow, amazing.
Wow,
You're just gonna,
that's good.
You're gonna be like Bella going, I can't walk on dry land anymore after that. It'd be amazing. Michelle says, sorry, we can't be on the same cruise this time. Oh, never mind. 16 days till Stevenson Greach family go to DLP. So exciting. Jenny says, we've announced it straight away. I'm still here on the first 5-night Spain cruise with my my parents. Yay. So are we on the first 5-night Spain or the second 5-night Spain? I don't know. Somewhere know in right, okay. We're doing the first sailing on the 31st. What Emily says. That's the one we're on. Okay. Just so you know, here and now.
I know it's in July.
So we're on the 31st of July. That's when we are sailing too. I cannot wait. It's really not that long. I have already done the bookable activities, when the booking window opens, vlog, because we're beyond the 90-day mark and we're Silver Castaway Club members. Will you briefly tell us what the Castaway Club is, please?
The Castaway Club, it's a reward system for going on multiple different cruises and devoting yourself to Disney.
Exactly, devoting yourself to Disney. And in fact, if I should have got this out beforehand, if you have a Magical Cruise Planner, then inside of the Magical Cruise Planner, all the Castaway Club things are explained. I have slightly reformatted these to make some of the text a little bit clearer.
I'm actually showing the Castaway Club benefits.
I'm showing it right now. So basically it is less than 90 days until we sail. Yikes, so exciting. So I've already done that bookable activities vlog. Now normally, well, what do we normally do on the bookable activities vlog day?
We normally film it,
get up 5 a.m. We get in, we're like, right, okay, and we sit down and we take you through the whole thing. So when the bookable window opens, we literally do it in real time and we vlog what's available and then making our choices. This time at that 90-day mark, we were having a bit of a nightmare. Zara was really poorly, just to let you know, she's so much better now. she'd been having 40+ degree temperatures for the best part of a week. I was absolutely on my knees, and she was actually sleeping in bed with me because she was so poorly. So I just ended up just doing it from bed. So I vlogged, I did a load of screen recordings, and I filmed a video afterwards. So William's not in that one, sadly.
Yeah.
But when our onboard, not onboard activities, we've already done that one, our online check-in, you gonna get up and do that with me?
Yeah, I'll do that. Yeah.
Excellent. So you've got Wikipedia to look forward to in that. Okay, a couple more comments, and then let's go to some comparisons. Laura Emma says, morning, me and my little boy will be on the Fantasy, also doing the 5-night Spain cruise. Countdown is on, can't wait. Amazing, Laura. You're on the same one as us. Izzy, definitely need to get on the Fantasy. We've just been on the Wish so far. The Wish is stunning. We are very excited for the Fantasy. Maxine says, what date's your cruise on the 31st? Same as you. Michelle's done Walt Disney World twice in the summer. See, what, you went back though, didn't you? You went back. Matthew says, woohoo, exciting. We're on the Fantasy this summer, but different cruise. Can't wait. Michelle says, she and Lorraine are doing the 7-night Northern European cruise. Fun. Jenny says, so exciting. Hopefully see you again after I met you on the bus from Walt Disney World from the airport. Oh yes, I remember you were there. I think we were on the bus. It was us and Jenny, and that was pretty much it. There was hardly anyone else on the bus. Remember? There was like this.
3 years ago.
No, 2022. Yeah, 3 years
3
ago.
years ago.
3 years ago. Hello. It will be nice to see you again. Good morning. You'll be going to Turkey in July. So excited. Excellent. Right. William, would you like to talk us through? We've got some notes, some comparisons between the Disney Dream and the Disney Fantasy, which structurally they're sister ships. So they're structurally the same, aren't they? It's just how they've been themed in different areas are the main variations. Is that correct?
Yeah.
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 Okay.
Well, the godmother, I didn't know this until recently, but the godmother for the Fantasy is Mariah Carey, and I know what you're thinking.
Because it's such a sweet, sweet fantasy baby.
Okay, yeah, that's one of them, but like also, yeah.
That's what I was thinking, because her song is fantasy.
Okay, yeah.
One of the big.
But
What were you thinking?
I'm just thinking, if I say it, everyone's gonna start singing it.
Yeah, go on.
Oh,
All I Want for Christmas.
yeah,
Okay,
it's the most popular song.
Yeah, I know, but she also sings, but it's just a sweet, sweet fantasy baby. I'm not going to try and sing Mariah Carey songs, because nobody, like, you should never try and sing Mariah Carey, Whitney Houston, like, no, like, do not aim for those things. I certainly don't. Right, anyway, one of her songs is fantasy. Yes.
Yeah, the statue in the atrium is Minnie Mouse.
It's Minnie Mouse, whereas we did have Donald as the statue on the Dream. So should we go Minnie Mouse Disney bounding to Embark, because we kind of paid homage to Donald?
I don't want to be Minnie Mouse.
Oh, William doesn't want a Disney bound as Minnie Mouse. Shocking. But the girls are actually thinking about, does anyone remember the Disney Dream vlogs? The girls did the Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique. They quite fancy wearing the Captain Mini dresses that they had there to Embark. So I'm going to have to go for an outfit that kind of goes along with that. So who is on the? So we've got on the stern of the ship.
Sorcerer Mickey.
It's Sorcerer Mickey on the Dream, and this will also be who's on the Spirit jersey.
Okay, so yeah, Dumbo. So Bella might actually.
Bella would love a Dumbo. Bella loves Dumbo Spirit jersey. By the way, William is now wearing
Disney Cruise.
Extra. Well, I was more thinking extra small or small adult Disney Spirit jerseys. So actually, my collection of Spirit jerseys, William you can now like help yourself to, because I've got like.
Okay, yeah.
How many Spirit jerseys have I got in my wardrobe?
Right, you can see the differences in our thinking.
Yeah, I know. But yeah, so I'm hoping to get a Disney Fantasy Spirit jersey. They have got Disney Cruise Line Europe Spirit jerseys on Shop Disney, the blue ones. Remember I showed you? Has anyone seen those? We go on Disney Store. Sorry, we're not supposed to call it Shop Disney anymore. It's changed, isn't it? Back to the Disney Store.
Disney Store, yeah.
You were like, no, not first. Do you remember like turquoisey ones? I think I personally prefer like the actual fantasy Spirit jersey than the Europe sailing one.
I don't know. I think it depends. I don't know.
Which one would you prefer? If you're going for a Spirit, which Spirit jerseys are you after on this trip to add to your collection?
Maybe like a dark colored type.
Yes.
Jersey. I don't know.
You don't trust yourself with light ones, do you?
Yeah.
Not with cruise food.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we got distracted again.
Okay, we did.
Yeah. Well, the dining room the dining.
Yeah. Okay. So compare. So we've got Dream, we've got animators, and on the Fantasy we've also got
Also got Enchanted Garden as part of Dream, which is on both, and
Yeah,
then Royal Palace on the Dream, Royal Court on the Fantasy.
Yeah, okay.
Slightly different restaurant
So,
design.
but basically they'll be in the same place. So we'll find animators while we found animators.
Yeah, but easy to find.
They're quite, the restaurants are probably very similar between the two. I can't imagine there's going to be, if you were in the restaurant, if you just woke up, someone just put you on one of the restaurants, I don't think you'd know which ship you're on, really. What do you think?
Depends.
Like different theming, but this
Animators, you know which ship you're on because it's more colourful in the Dream and the Fantasy. It's more black and white in
okay.
Magic and Wonder.
Oh, okay, yeah, but the Dream and the Fantasy, that's what I mean. They're going to be
The
really
sister
similar.
ships are very similar.
They're going to be really, really similar.
Take you a bit. You'd have to look for the differences.
If you know which ship you've been kidnapped and waking up on in my random situation there.
Yeah.
Okay, so a specialty desserts shop. We had vanilla sweets and treats on the Dream, which was divine. It was all Wreck-It Ralph themed. We loved it. We loved the ice cream challenge.
Yeah.
The big cup ice cream challenge beat us. The vanilla cart, which was 3 scoops, we aced that one. Where are we going for special treats?
That's it's shop Sweet on You.
Mickey and Minnie themed, I think.
Might be.
I think it is. I think that's Mickey and Minnie themed. So we've got the Aqua Duck, which was the water coaster on the Dream, which you loved. Also on the Fantasy.
It's very good.
What are your thoughts on the Aqua Duck versus the Aqua Mouse we did on the Wish?
The Aqua Mouse is shorter, but it has like more theming, like inside because you've got the screens and stuff, and it has also more of a build up.
And it's got the lift,
unless you have the queue as a build up in like on the Dream Fantasy. Also, the Aqua Mouse, generally, I think. Well, I don't know if that was just that when we did it, but it had no queue at all really.
Straight on.
And the Aqua Duck, it's always like 20 to 30 minutes.
Yeah. So yeah, the Aqua Duck had like that lift hill thing where you went like a conveyor belt and you went through and you saw all the screens and the Mickey Minnie. So that was loads of fun. But I really like the Aqua Duck on the Dream, and therefore we're gonna like it on the Fantasy because it's just such a nice like tour of the ship. A nice that's what I really like.
It is nice. It's not one for like really big thrills, but it's good for like looking around the ship and stuff. Like
it's a bit fun, isn't it?
It is fun.
Bit of fun.
Like a log flume. Like that's fun. That kind of fun.
Exactly. We have got videos. In fact, you filmed on that as well, didn't you? They do let you film on that as long as you've got a wrist strap for your GoPro. So just to be aware. And I don't think you're allowed sunglasses on it because I think I had to go and give my sunglasses back to Daddy once, didn't I? Just so you know, before you kind of board the coaster. Okay, we did the Midship Detective Agency on the Dream, and they have that again on the Fantasy, but apparently with more missions and cases, so that'll be fun to look at. Would you like to tell us about the shows on the Dream and then the shows on the Fantasy, William?
All right, the shows on the Dream, they're the Golden Mickeys, Beauty and the Beast, Beauty and the Beast, which was a Dream exclusive until they added it, I believe, to the Treasure.
I think so, yeah. By the way, it's still relevant that we're talking about the Dream because the Dream is coming back to the UK next summer.
Yeah.
Now I can't decide whether to just put a deposit on the Dream for next summer and do what we've done this time, and then make a decision nearer the time. Let us know. Should we do that?
I mean, Dry Dock has changed some things, so I think the Kids Club is a bit different now and stuff. Like
there are
got like the web factory thing involved.
Yeah, and the other thing is the Fantasy will be having some changes after we sail because I think it's during that they cancelled the transatlantic back to the States, didn't they? And they're going to be doing some work on the ship then, rather than doing those transatlantic.
Yeah, I kind of want to see the web thing because that's like themed to like the Web Adventure or Web Slingers at either California or Paris. Those ones.
Very cool.
That theme.
Right. The shows on the Fantasy, William.
Oh yeah, the Fantasy. You got sidetracked. Well, we got so first of all we got Disney Believe, which is on the Dream and the Fantasy. Then there's the Aladdin one, which is on Fantasy and the Wish.
So we've seen that on the Wish, and we're looking forward. That was fantastic.
And then we got Frozen, which we haven't seen before because it's on the Wonder and the Fantasy.
Now, I loved Aladdin. I wonder if they'll put Aladdin on the last night again. So Aladdin was on the last night on the Wish because they had kind of a lot of in-jokes that you wouldn't have got if you'd literally set foot in the ship and you were first-time cruise and you knew nothing about it. They had stuff about the Aqua Mouse, which obviously they'd have to be the Aqua Duck, and chicken tenders on the deck and things. And if that was a first night show, first time cruisers would be like, huh? So that's got to be you've been here for a while and you feel at home here kind of show. So it's got to be towards the end of the
Also,
cruise.
probably more effective on the Fantasy since they do longer sailings than the Wish.
Yeah, that's true. So my bet is it won't be Aladdin on the first night. So it might be Frozen. It might be Believe. What did we have on the Dream first night? We had let me see. We had the Gold Mickeys on the first night last time. What did we have on the first night? The Dream. I can't remember. The first cruise on the Dream. What was the first night? Does anyone remember? Who remembers? Who's seen the vlogs more
I know the
recently than me?
second night was Beauty and the Beast / Pirate Night.
Oh no, that was the last. Yeah, and I've got to say, I wasn't a fan of that. I know that sounds like not one to be.
I liked doing the deck show at night. That was good
That
because
was
it
fun.
felt more alive, I think.
I liked having Beauty and the Beast on its own night. I mean, you do not have to wear a corset to Pirate Night. That's not compulsory. But I thought going to Beauty and the Beast in the pirate stuff, I think Pirate Night deserves its own night without a key show. And since they did have nights with no key show, I'm hoping that's what they do. That Pirate Night, I'm hoping there is a Pirate Night, okay? Shall we disclose this? Because it's in a video that hasn't gone out yet. Well,
I
okay.
don't know.
No, okay. We're going to talk about it. One of the things that if you are inside my Magical Adventures Club and you have seen the video already, because you've seen the early release, but if you watch the video next Saturday, I couldn't find Pirate Night makeovers in the Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique.
I think that's something we should share. Some people are going to know anyways. So.
Yeah, okay. So last year, we could figure out which night Pirate Night was going to be on because the Pirate Night makeovers were available to book in the Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique. Now, I have scoured the app. You've looked as well, haven't you? I can't see any Pirate Night makeovers. Now, I don't know. I'm hoping it just means they're not offering Pirate Night makeovers. I mean, maybe they weren't popular enough. So if they weren't popular enough, maybe they're offering standard Bibbidi Bobbidi appointments because.
Did you see Bibbidi Bobbidi appointments for every day? Or was there like one day missing or something?
I don't know. I can give you my phone and you can look through right now if you want. Do you want to do that? Do you want to look through?
Good.
There we go. You can do that. Well, you, William, talk about some other stuff while I find this on my phone.
Oh, yeah.
And you can search through for me.
Basically, well, there's Satellite Falls, which is an adults-only area, which was added onto the Dream during the dry dock, but has always been on the Fantasy.
Okay. Cool. So that's interesting. We haven't been there before. In the bars, we've got the Skyline Lounge and the Pink Champagne Bar that we've done, and Evolution, which I don't think I've ever been there, even on the Dream. What can we expect on the Fantasy?
I mean, not that it impacts me too much, but the Skyline Lounge again. Ooh La La Champagne Bar, and the Tube, which is London themed.
Excellent. Kids clubs. Apparently, there's a Star Wars Millennium Falcon on the Dream, but a command post on the.
Yeah, it's like command post. I think it's like similar to the one on the Wish, with all the animals and stuff, except it's more like the droids. I think, and like.
You can't fly the Falcon.
Interactive elements around you. Yeah, you can't fly the Millennium Falcon on that one.
Okay.
There's also the Marvel Superhero Academy. So if you've got like a Star Wars Marvel little kid person who likes both of those,
or a bigger kid that wants to go in and do the open houses.
Yeah,
the open houses are brilliant. I mean, if you are doing Disney Cruise, make sure you go and look around the open houses, especially take your kids there before they get to go in by themselves.
I would say that would be the better one, but now the Dream's added a Marvel area to replace the Disney Infinity one,
right?
Which is the web one.
The other thing, of course, is since we were on the ship, they've totally reconfigured the kids areas. So you went to Edge up in the funnel, which was beautiful, but that's now been moved from the Dream, and that has gone down to split the area with Vibe. I don't know if that means they get to split the pool.
I think so. I think they do split the pool. I've had a look, and it's like they can go in the pool and stuff.
Okay, so that's cool.
Unless Vibe don't go in the pool now, I'm not sure.
Oh, that would be wrong, wouldn't it? Anyway, I'm assuming during the dry dock they're going to do the same with the Fantasy. So when you do Edge, I'm assuming it's going to be up in the funnel, but I think they're going to get rid of it and make a big fancy expensive suite up there instead. That's what my money's on.
Probably.
Okay, so what are you most excited for, Will? And then we'll go to some comments.
I'm very excited to just go on a Disney cruise again and get it unlimited Mickey waffles. I was about to say infinite Mickey waffles, but I don't think that's possible.
Yeah, true.
Unlimited.
When we get off this cruise, we're going to be gold members. which means we won't actually reap the benefits of the gold until we are booking the next cruise. But it does mean we'll have early access to booking the next cruise for gold, even earlier access for bookable activities, onboard check-in, all that kind of stuff. So that's really exciting.
Good.
You're all excited for your gold lanyards, aren't you? But I think that's a little way off. Okay, let's have a look at some comments. So Debbie says, no Disney trips planned. They're off to Mallorca.
Nice.
Love John and Handmaid. They've booked the Treasure for next summer, first ever cruise.
Nice.
Very exciting. Very, very exciting. Not sure how you'll cope in the heat. I'd say I'd prefer, given a choice, be in the parks in the heat or the cruise in the heat. Give me the cruise.
Cruise, yeah.
Because you've got the breeze. The air conditioning is fantastic indoors, like all the rooms, all of the indoor spaces, other than that one corridor where we're queuing.
If I lived in Florida, I wouldn't mind too much because I'd probably just go to the water parks.
Yeah.
And not the park, like main park, or maybe just go to the main park, do a couple rides and leave.
Yeah. But
like,
I think I would rather be on a cruise. I'd rather be on the Treasure in that heat than in the,
because you basically got pools
yeah,
left, right, and centre outside. And
the air conditioning's amazing. Maria says she's happy to join her live. The Jenny's doing also doing Captain Mini Disney Bound. Right, I think that's what we should do. I think we should all do Captain Mini Disney Bounds for embarkation day, all of us, other than you.
Okay, yeah, and Dolph.
Oh yeah. Well, should we make Daddy dress as Captain Minnie as well?
Yes.
Michelle's also doing Mini Disney Bound for embarkation. Excellent. I want to plan a themed wardrobe and sew for it 2 weeks until Walt Disney World and Universal Epic. You really want to go there, don't you?
Yeah.
And then a cruise with Pirate Night. I really hope we're getting Pirate Night, you know. How are we going to find out for definite? Because they're not, I understand.
I mean, last time we didn't have fireworks, but we still had Pirate Night. So I think Pirate Night, they can't get rid of it. So, I mean, they only get rid of it in like certain areas, but I don't think we're one of them.
Oh, I know. I love Pirate Night. It's really special. So yeah. Bing Brenton says she's missed the beginning of the live. Which sailing are you on? We are on the 5-night Spain sailing on the 31st of July. We're very excited. So going to Turkey. There we go. Morning. I'm taking my 3 youngest to Disneyland Paris. A surprise in October. Can't wait. You can have an amazing time. It's gonna be all Halloweeny and amazing. On the Fantasy Tour, we're going to Spain this summer on the cruise the 5th of August. So you'll be getting on the ship the day we get off. Are there any water slides in addition to the aqueduct? So there's the one that's like a Mickey hand, but you're too tall for that. So that's like a little kid's one.
Yeah.
And then there's just like lots of little pools and stuff. So other than that,
it's just the one.
It's that one that you're eligible for, isn't it? The girls can still go on the other one.
But with the adventure, there might, I don't know, I haven't checked really, but there could potentially be more because it is like twice the size almost.
Yeah, we don't know. Katie's room said, is there a Pirate Night on our cruise? Look, we're going to try and find out. I understand why Disney Cruise Line are reluctant to announce things too much before the cruises. I get it because it is a cruise in the middle of the ocean. So if they announce we're going to have this menu or this schedule or whatever, and then life happens and they've got like cast members that are ill or something that goes wrong, they can't be like, oh, we'll just call in our backup staff because they're in the middle of the blooming sea. You know, I get it that they don't want to overpromise and underdeliver because like I get it. That's why they don't officially release the menus. And then you can see in the vlogs, I always share the menus so you can get a general idea of what to expect. But that's me saying this is what's on our cruise. It's not Disney Cruise Line saying this is what you're going to get. So I get why they are a bit quiet. Like I understand it. But
also speculation. It's like how in theme parks you speculate, but you get to do that all the time with the Disney cruises.
True. But I do feel like we need to know whether we're packing for Pirate Night or not. That's especially people who are first-time cruisers that won't have pirate. Like it's not too bad for us. We have pirate outfits that I've bought for this, and we just, to be honest, that they're the outfits we tend to recycle. Although you want to do Jack Sparrow this time,
actually,
a general pirate thing.
It'd be fun. I could just do like a.
You could.
I don't have much space to do that.
Laura says she's going to be on the same cruise. She's on board. Michelle says the lanyards beyond different because the cruisers would be giving the sling bags they had before. Oh, the latest cruise we're giving out the sling bags. Oh. Ooh, that's exciting. Do you know what? Because, hang on. Oh, where are they? Right, so these are the Castaway Club, right?
Yeah, Castaway Club.
These are the Castaway Club gifts that they brought out for the 25th anniversary sailings. And these are great. I love them, but I have a lot of them now.
Yeah, because they just kind of like had loads of them.
Yeah, well, we've had what have I got? At least 3 of them, haven't I?
Yeah, 3, I think.
But I do feel like the sling bags, like the shoulder bag. No, so this is a shoulder bag. The sling bags are like a one to wear on your back, aren't they?
Yeah.
These were very 25th anniversary like colours. I wonder if they overstocked on them. I'm hoping the Castaway Club gift goes back to that sling bag because I think that's a bag that like you and Daddy have been more likely to use, and I've already got a few of those. So
Yeah.
like that's a brilliant like pool bag, beach bag, and I use it just for stuffing full of pixie dust.
Although, wait, can I just make a point?
Yeah.
On average, the capacity of the cruise was at 90%.
Right.
So I don't know how much they could have overstocked, really, because
True. I mean, but they've been going since the 25th anniversary cruises. I was under the impression they'd released those for the 25th anniversary and they've still got them going. Has anyone been on a cruise since and had a Castaway Club gift other than that? Be really interested to hear. Okay. Bing Britain's on the Fantasy at the end of August. So exciting. Milky Bar Kids on the same cruise as you guys. Hope to see you and say hello. Pirate Night is happening just without the fireworks. Excellent. Okay, where did you hear that? Maybe it is literally just then that they're not doing the Pirate Night makeovers. Perhaps they just weren't as popular, and then people were like scrambling for like all the princess makeovers.
yeah.
If they didn't have the uptake on the Pirate Night, that's
I
fine.
think if they get cancelled Paranoid, they'd probably tell us.
I mean, you probably thought so. Maxine says we're on the same cruise. Never been on a cruise before. Wondering if I should pack jumpers for the evenings. I mean, only if you're going outside. I mean, oh, to be honest, you might want something over your shoulders in the shows as well because the air conditioning is quite strong in the theatre. So sometimes I want something in there or at dinner. But yeah, like spirit jersey, like we just have like spirit jersey stuff that we pack that we've picked up on various Disney trips. So what are you looking for like purchasing? Well, what are you excited to put to? What are you going to be on the lookout for? Spending your hard in pocket money on this cruise?
I don't know really.
I'd like to see darker spirit jersey. Like I love all these bright ones and stuff, but at home I wear quite dark things. I'd love to see, you know, like I've got a black Walt Disney World one, like that on that just says Disney Cruise Line. That would be cool.
I mean, I like this one because it's kind of like my signature spirit jersey now, almost.
You do wear that a lot. That one is nice. And that one just says Disney Cruise Line, doesn't it?
I feel like other ones I've got to have just like
I love the white ones. I didn't get the white one that said Wish on it because white catch up. People throwing it on me, even if I don't throw it on myself, which I might still do. I did get that lovely like plummy purple one with the Wish on it. So yeah, that's the other thing. I really like the Wish had other spirit jerseys other than the white ones because you know the white ones are cute because they've got like the fantasy one will have Dumbo on it. But yeah, just different colours of spirit jerseys that say Disney Cruise Line or the fantasy. That's kind of going to be on my wish list. Just I feel like spirit jerseys are like wearable souvenirs. And we always get a Christmas decoration, don't we?
Yeah.
For like commemorate each trip. We're going on the fantasy next week for Mediterranean cruise, says Colleen. Oh, that's so exciting. We booked it after watching your magical adventures. My little girl's so excited. I'm so excited for
you. Said magical adventures.
She did. Which I've sort of renamed the channel now. It was originally Mummy of Four Does Disney, which was very much that name will do because I have to think of something other will never start. But then I realized we actually do more beyond that. So now we're doing all of our Merlin adventures and things. I'm now a Merlin Annual Pass collaborator. We've been going to Merlin parks for ages anyway. That stuff used to be on what's now my main channel, and that's all gone over to this channel. So generally, I'm actually going to be moving those from next week to, if we've done a UK trip, there's going to be like a bonus video on a Wednesday, and then probably going to stick to Disney videos on Saturdays. And then my main channel is going to be Tuesdays and Thursdays, sometimes a live in the morning and sometimes a pre-recorded video. So that's kind of my schedule. Katie's Room says, I have another question. Looking to book for the dream next year. How accommodating a Disney Cruise Line at dinner with picky eaters? They're amazing. Yeah, they're amazing.
Best, better than like probably the parks, honestly.
Amazing. They're literally like the teams that look after you at dinner. They call all the girls my princess, don't they? And like Daddy's quite fussy, isn't he? And he's like, oh, I don't know, I really fancy that steak from last night. And they're like, no worries, I will go and get you that steak from last night. The girls are like, oh, I don't know, because like they'll be like, I don't know, like burger and something on. And they'll all, oh, like, I want chicken tenders. They're like, no problem. Chicken tenders are always on the menu. Mickey bars are always on the menu. You know, so
you can probably get some kind of pasta or burger type thing as well.
They're so accommodating, and we're very lucky, touch wood, not to have to deal with allergies and things on top of other things. But I know we've spoken to lots of other people on board, and they said that the Disney Cruise Line have been amazing with allergies. So if you are a family that has that consideration, then they have been super amazing and accommodating. For anyone that, because no one specifically asked, but people generally ask, with things like autism, which in the parks you'd have something like DAS, or basically like ride access pass to sort of avoid the queues. That is the only thing on the UK sailings. The queues are a bit longer, and there are no options for like
Okay.
a disability pass or a
Yeah.
comeback or anything.
Although I did see them experimenting virtual queues for like for a popular character
I'm
mix.
really hoping that they roll that out. But what you can do is you can leave an adult in the queue, and then you can take the kids off to do other things. We sometimes do that. And then you can come back, like give your kids to that adult. So we've done that before, haven't we? We've done like done a swap. So like daddy's held the place in the queue, and then we've like swap places. So you can do that. But also it's not as much queuing as a park. So if you think of a park day, you do like multiple rides, was maybe you'd be like one or two characters. So if you can do the switching system, if you've got kids that have autism and struggle to queue, then you can do that. But also if it's just the one queue, maybe that's the time you take snacks. The kids I haven't got them here, have magical cruise planner versions of their own, where they draw in pictures of the characters, and then there's a space for the character to sign underneath. So it makes for a really nice character interaction. But that's a good way to keep the kids entertained in the queue. There should be a link to my planner store down below. If not, just go to mummyoffour.com/Disney planner. That'll work. Also magic planner, that should take you to the same place. Anyway, yeah.
There's also like normally what's it called? Oh yeah, the food. You don't really need to queue much for the foods.
No,
And also the mini water slide, the Mickey one.
No, it's minimal queuing. And to be fair, the aqua aqueduct,
Yeah.
probably only 10 minutes we waited for last
Yeah,
time.
I think they overestimate it.
Yeah. I would say though that like we went on quite a cold day last time, didn't we? So we queued once when we weren't wet,
Yeah.
and that was fine. But then when we were queuing when we were wet, and it was like, why did we
Also,
choose
from
this
what
day?
I've found, the aqueduct, do it like as soon as it opens, ideally, because that's when it's shortest queues, and also at night. That's when it has really short queues.
You haven't done it at night before?
I want to do it at night because
Okay.
it looks like a good one to do at night. Because I mean,
Put that on the wish list for this time.
yeah, assuming it's yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I have more of appreciation for night rides now because of like Nemesis and stuff, and now I want to go back to Disney and do the night rides.
You do. So coming up for you, what have we got coming up for you? I've got the Bookable Activities vlog that's coming out next week, or if you want to watch it now inside my Magical Adventures Club, just go to mummyoffour.com/join. You can watch it inside of there. I have got some outfit ideas and like a haul video I'm going to film for you guys. We're going to be doing the online check-in. Is that 33 days before, isn't it? Let me check. It says here in the planner. 33 days before sailing. 33 days before.
Because
33 days before, because we are silver.
Next time if we do another one. But
yeah, well, yeah, that'll be earlier. It'll be 35 days before and 105 days before, so we'll have even more options. I've got to say I was really pleased actually with the availability for activities. The only thing that really threw me and confused me was the Pirate Night stuff, but we've booked some stuff I haven't booked before, so make sure you check out that vlog, because I take you through all the available options and I tell you exactly which activities we booked at the end of it. Let me know if there are any specific things you want me to cover in like a tips video before we go. We'll then obviously be doing the everything we're wearing video, the pack with me video, and then of course the vlogs, which will be stuffed full of tips. So we would intend to bring you along for all the magic, but also if you're planning to sail on Disney Cruise in the future, to give you all of the information you need to make the most of the magic. So is there anything else you want to kind of add to that? Well,
I don't know.
anything else you need to say? Will's suffering a little bit, aren't you, darling? You're a bit full of cold.
Yeah.
Bit full of cold. Bless you. He coughed a lot last night. So thank you so much for joining me. I did give him the option. I was like, look, I'm going to do this live. Do you want to join me? He's like, yeah, I do. So exactly. So I'm actually doing another live if you're following over on my main channel. I'm doing a live over there on Tuesday at 9:30. It'll ask me anything, so you can come and hang out with me there. The next Disney Cruise video is the bookable activities. So as soon as YouTube lets me, I'll put that on screen as like an end screen, and also the link to join my Magical Adventures Club. I'd love to have you in there. So thanks so much for joining us. Can't wait to see you all if you see us on board, please do come say hi. We love to meet you all. And we'll see you guys soon. Bye.